$10 a day childcare in Nova Scotia is one step closer to becoming a reality. The federal government has agreed to send the province $605 million over the next 5 years. The province will put up $40 million. That would cut daycare costs in half by the end of next year and drop to $10 a day by the year 2026. The money will also help create 9,500 new daycare spaces in Nova Scotia. Ahmed Hussen is the Minister of Families, Children and Social Development. He joins me now from Halifax. Minister, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
So this is Nova Scotia. Last week, I think it was British Columbia. How many more deals have you secured with other provinces?
Well, we are negotiating in good faith, as we've always been very clear and transparent about. This is about delivering and building a system, a Canada-wide system of early learning and childcare together with our provincial and territorial counterparts. We're talking to everyone, and we are keeping our sights on the need to be there for families, to be there for our kids, and to ensure that we have a system that delivers high quality, affordable, accessible and inclusive childcare from coast to coast to coast, a system that will ensure that no child is left behind, and a system that will be a real game changer to ensure that we deal with the ongoing she-cession and close the gap between men and women's participation in the labor market. So we're very happy and, of course, pleased by the fact that British Columbia and now Nova Scotia have both signed on to the system, and we look forward to continuing to engage with other provinces and territories to make sure that we're doing this together, because we need all provinces and territories to join us on this historic journey.
But this is two deals done not long after the Budget Implementation Act was finally passed and given royal assent. So clearly there's been a lot of work happening behind the scenes, and we think there's an election coming, Minister. So how many more of these do you think we're going to see in the next couple of weeks?
Well, you know, I have to remind you that we are building on a strong foundation. We didn't start this work now. We've been engaged on early learning and childcare from the very beginning of our mandate. In 2017, we also signed an agreement on early learning and childcare with every province and territory, resulting in the creation of over 40,000 affordable childcare spaces. Those agreements are being renewed, including today with Nova Scotia. But the Canada-wide system of early learning and childcare is the next big step, the next chapter, to make sure that we bring the system, we build a system that will not only ensure affordability, but actually result in the creation of tens of thousands of more affordable childcare spaces, while also delivering high quality early learning and childcare opportunities for families, while also including children from all backgrounds and all regions in Canada. So this is something that we've been engaged in from the very beginning of our mandate. But this early learning and childcare system that we're building, this Canada-wide system, is the next big step. But we need provinces and territories to join us in this journey, and they're doing so now with British Columbia and Nova Scotia. And we're talking to as many all the other provinces and territories to ensure that we do so ambitiously, because that's exactly what Canadian families expect us to do.
So you have a Liberal government in Nova Scotia, which took the step with you, and an NDP government in British Columbia. So it's easy to see the alignment there on an issue like childcare. But we've seen criticism from the Conservatives that you're looking at a big government program as opposed to a program that gives parents choice on how they want to have their children look after. That's from the federal Conservatives. I'm wondering if that is becoming an issue in your negotiations with provincial Conservative governments, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, or even in Ontario, if that is becoming an obstacle in your talks with them to get this going?
No, it's not. There has been absolutely no opposition to the broad principles behind the Canada-wide system of early learning and childcare that we've proposed. In fact, it's building, as I said, on the strong foundation of the existing bilateral agreements from 2017 that each and every province and territory signed on to. And those broad principles have all been agreed upon, not just by us, but also all provinces and territories. And those four broad principles are affordability, accessibility, high quality, and inclusivity. And the federal Conservatives are offside when it comes to this. They're really out of touch with what Canadian families are asking us to do. We already support Canadian families through the Canada Child Benefit, and we'll continue to do so. We increased it last year, and we'll continue to support Canadian families through that. But this is about building a system. And the best way to deliver deep affordability for parents who are facing very high childcare fees across the country, including in Nova Scotia, where the average fee is $36, which will be cut in half by the end of next year and down to $10 within 5 years. Uh, Parents are asking us to build a system that will deliver affordability, but also build more spaces. You can't build more spaces with tax credits. You can't ensure very high early learning and childcare
Right.
quality with tax credits. You can't recruit a highly motivated and highly trained early childhood educator workforce with just tax credits. So the Conservatives, when they were in power,
Right.
all they did was they saw an increase in childcare fees in every year that they were in office, and we are doing everything that we can to make childcare more affordable so that we can put those savings back in the pockets of Canadian families, but also close the gap, literally, between men and women's participation in the labor market.
I wonder, sir, if I could ask you about Quebec, which is a bit of an outlier here, not because it's offside on this idea, but because they already have an affordable daycare program in that province. So clearly, the sort of arrangement you've done now with Nova Scotia and with British Columbia, it's not going to work in Quebec. So what are the negotiations like with that province? How do you bring them into this agreement when they're already the pace car on affordable childcare?
Well, you're assuming that the Canada-wide system of early learning and childcare is just about affordability. Although affordability is a key pillar of it, it also is about accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that there are wait lists. Many kids throughout Canada, including in Quebec, uh, need more affordable childcare spaces. There are families in Quebec who don't have access to an affordable childcare space. So of course, Quebec has made huge strides in affordability, but we are well positioned to work with the province of Quebec to deliver more affordable quality spaces. At the same time, also partner together to recruit and train more early childhood educators.
Right.
You can't create more affordable childcare spaces or deliver high quality childcare without the training and recruitment and a highly motivated workforce. That's exactly what our federal dollars can potentially deliver in Quebec, and I know that the Quebec government sees an opportunity with these federal investments.
Right. Okay. No, that makes sense. So, look, you have Nova Scotia, you have British Columbia done. What is your timeline for the other provinces and presumably the territories on getting everything done and getting it all locked down on this?
We are negotiating in good faith. We have been very transparent on the need to deliver for parents. We are ready to partner with every province and territory that wants to join the system. We've been very open about the fact that we can't do this alone. Yes, the federal government is putting forward significant investments, but also long-term, stable, predictable funding, which is something that the provinces and territories have been asking us to do. Budget 2021 delivers on that commitment. Now it's the turn of the provinces and territories to join us in this historic journey
Are we
to
talking
really
end of the year,
deliver
though, Minister? Are we
for Canadian families.
are you trying to get this all done
as
by
I
the
said,
fall? But when?
well, we can't prejudge negotiations, but I can tell you, in an ideal world, we would love all provinces and territories to join us as quickly as possible, because parents simply cannot wait any longer. They need relief now. So even though we're working towards $10 a day childcare in 5 years, we're delivering immediate relief by cutting childcare fees in half by the end of next year. That's what the federal investment is about. It's also about massively expanding the number of high quality, affordable childcare spaces, but it's also about making sure that the system is truly inclusive, that Indigenous children, children with disabilities, children from racialized backgrounds, Francophone kids, and other kids from official language minority communities see themselves in the system. That's what this opportunity is about. And we are open to being flexible. We're open to understanding that each region and province and territory in Canada has their own unique circumstances. But the broad principles we all agree on, and we've been building on that strong foundation. This is the next chapter, and Canadians expect no less.
I wonder, sir, how durable is the foundation of the agreements you signed with British Columbia and with Nova Scotia? Because Premier Rankin is likely to call an election in Nova Scotia, maybe before the end of this week. This weekend, it seems to be the common wisdom. We're very likely to have an election at the federal election. So are these deals durable enough to survive an election should it not go the Liberals' way?
Well, absolutely. I mean, these are the agreements between Canada and British Columbia and between Canada and Nova Scotia. They're legal agreements between the federal government and those two provincial governments, and so as far as we're concerned, they're legally binding agreements, and we expect those agreements to deliver real help and real relief to parents and real opportunity and a really equal chance at success for kids in Nova Scotia and British Columbia. And I can tell you, we are hoping that all the other provinces and territories will also join us so that every family in Canada would have an equal chance at success by accessing a truly affordable and high-quality childcare system.
Okay. Minister Hussen, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.